We're gonna talk to some people, gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna learn a lot of stuff. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna learn a lot of stuff. Cause Kristin knows blank.
This is the Kristin Knows Blank podcast, bringing you inner peace and letting you know that you are enough. Hi, guys. Thanks for listening. Please like, subscribe, and follow this podcast. However you're listening or watching, there's going to be a button that says like, subscribe, or follow. Push that button and see what happens. It might wake up your inner child. Hi, I'm Kristin Key. I'm the host of this crazy mess, and you can find me through my website, kristinkey.com. Through that, you can follow me on all my social media. I put out a lot of content, a lot of funny videos, memes. It's a good time. So find me online, become my friend. Also, please join my Patreon. It supports this and all my shows, and you get access to bonus content as well as an invitation to my monthly game night. So join my Patreon. Now, my guest this week is a hilarious comedian that you might have seen on Showtime's I'm Dying Up Here. He's also the author of the book Dead Serious. Hey, computer lady? Play that interview with Michael Malone.
Playing interview with Michael Malone.
Michael Malone, it's so good to have you on the show today. I know that you're a hilarious comedian. I know that we've worked together before, but here's something I just found out recently about you. I did not know that you were so into self-care. So, as a stand-up comedian, how do you practice any self-care whatsoever?
Oh, yeah. We're so terrible to ourselves, aren't we?
Yes. I mean, there were years where I did not have a place I lived with a hoarder for 2 years just because I couldn't afford rent, and she didn't know I was there.
I'm glad you put the "dur" on the end. I was like, I also lived with a whore for many years. No,
I did that as well. Yeah, whatever. Split rent, it's cheaper.
Right, exactly. No, we are. We eat terrible. We keep odd hours, and we're just we're so negative. And even when we do well, people are like, oh my God, you killed. We're like, that was shit.
Right, right.
We are so bad to ourselves. So it is kind of a big adjustment when you start being nice to yourself, when you start making the time for yourself. It's not easy, and especially being with the comedy background, we see everything through this altered lens. It's kind of like everything is shit kind of lens. And so when you start, my biggest problem and still is to a degree is being nice to myself, is saying nice things, because I don't have a high image of myself. Self-image is something I struggle with a lot, and so that was the biggest change for me, is just being nicer to myself and telling me that I do deserve these things, or you are X, Y, and Z, and not looking in the mirror every morning and being like, you fat fuck, what are you doing, you idiot?
Yeah.
That for me was the toughest. And it's life changing. It really is.
Well, let's go back to where this began, because I got sober a few years ago, and I think that's where it all started. Okay, maybe I do deserve some nice things through this recovery program, but until I hit a pretty low place, I would not have started being nicer to myself. It was kind of like the Groundhog Day of every day. I'm doing something that's probably terrible to my body, and then waking up the next morning and telling myself, well, you're a piece of shit for doing that, and then doing it again. I was in kind of a vicious cycle. So what led you to a journey to being nicer to you?
Again, I think it is that finding that rock bottom. Unfortunately, that's what it took for me as well. I was going through such a rough time. I had lost my stepfather back in 2015, 2014, right around there. And then my mother passed away a year after that.
Wow.
So I lost them back to back. And then my fiance and we were together almost a decade, and we split up shortly, probably about a year after my mom split. So those are three big life-changing losses for me right in a row.
Yeah.
I ended up just living on my own for the first time. As a comic, you're always living with buddies, or you're shacking up with a girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever.
Whores, whatever.
Yeah, whores, what have you. And so, you're always living with people. And this was the first time in my life that I actually had my own space, my own time. And I was taking a little bit of time off the road. I was, before that I was touring 44 to 46 weeks a year on the road. and I had a lot of downtime, and it just all hit me at once. Everything just started catching up to me, and I describe it like coming in waves. You know, you have these moments of calm, and you're like, oh, everything's fine, and I'm okay, and then a wave of depression would just crash over me, and all of these feelings that I had been pushing down about, you know, losing my stepfather, who I was very close with, and my mother and my fiance, and all
Yeah.
that stuff was just kept crashing over me all at once. And it was not a great summer. And
no, that
for the
sounds
first
really
time in my
tough.
life, I started going to therapy, and you know, because I'm a dude from the Midwest that grew
Right.
up in the '90s. Like, you're not allowed to go to therapy.
Nope.
You know, like,
Stuff
you
it
tell
deeper.
somebody you're
Did you even
sad in the
try
Midwest,
harder
they're like,
drugs? Like what?
exactly. Yeah, you tell somebody you're sad in the Midwest, they're like, go back to work. They don't care.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, so I started going to therapy, and I started really getting into self-care and reading books and treating myself better and digging my way out.
Is there a routine that you do to keep yourself in a more positive headspace? Do you have like a
I wish I
morning
was more
ritual?
structured.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I see those posts on TikTok and Instagram all the time where it's like, you know, I get
Everybody
up at
looks good on
4 a.m.
TikTok.
Yeah, I get up at 4 a.m. I have 2 glasses of water. I do yoga. And you're like, wow, okay. I'm not doing that. I mean, and I think self-care looks different for a lot of different people. I mean, it you know, it's not the same across the board, and there is no right or wrong. And it's about finding out what works for you. And for me, getting out in nature is what really resets me. It really recharges my energy, my creativity. Um, Nature has a way of just letting you know how small you are in a good way.
Sure.
You know, all those problems we let pile up, we think, oh my God, if I don't hit this deadline, oh, I forgot to send that email, oh, I needed to, I feel like an asshole, I didn't text that it doesn't matter.
Right? It's
It
nonsense.
doesn't
It is
matter.
nonsense. Yeah.
You know, I wrote a book during the pandemic called Dead Serious, and there's a little bit of self-care stuff in there. And we constantly are, I talk about this, we constantly judge ourselves against these imaginary rules. You know, oh, you got to get married, you got to go to college, you got to go to church, you got to do it. You don't have to do any of those things. Those are these made up societal rules that we are putting pressure on people on the daily through our commercials, through our TV shows, through all the other, you know, streams of consciousness that are out there, but they're not real. And so this
Right.
pressure that you're putting yourself through, and letting go of that is something I've been really practicing a lot lately, is just that idea of letting go. Not only with the emotional baggage you carry with you with tragedy and all the other stuff that comes along with you know, life, but letting go of some of those goals and some of those obstacles, because it's all about perspective.
Right.
And you know, getting married doesn't mean to me what it means to, you know, X, Y, and Z. Going to college doesn't mean what it means to, you know, this person, that person. That perspective is not a shared perspective. So why am I holding myself accountable or judging myself in a negative way to be like, oh well, never get married? Like, okay. Well, you're never going to do that. Okay.
Okay. It's like
Let go of that.
you're giving yourself permission to just be
Yes.
okay with who you are today. And that's priceless. It's priceless to just say, because I feel like a lot of times I'll keep happiness just outside of arm's reach by saying, oh, I'll be able to breathe when this project is over. Once I get back from this trip, then I can relax. And it's always, as soon as I get back, there's a new one. And so
Yeah.
right outside is like, that's where happiness lives. And I caught myself doing that too many times where I'm like, oh, no, no, no. Today, I'm going to breathe today. I'm going to relax today, because there will always be another project for me. I never stop. I never stop. There's always something around the corner. And so, like you were saying, just permission to let go of the expectations of, I need this special by then, and to have this, you know, family dynamic. And it's like, no, how about just what I have today is the best.
Yeah, yeah. And once you let go of some of that pressure, it allows you to be in the moment more. And again, that's what for getting out of nature is for me. I go hiking, I go biking, this and that, even for a walk, some evenings, take the dogs out for, like 4 miles or something like that, and around the neighborhood by the beach, this and that. And it's like, even those little things will reset your mindset.
You mentioned nature is somewhere that you go when you're taking care of yourself. Are there some like treat yourself things that you do personally? Like for me, I discovered baths during pandemic, but I would not have let myself do that before. Be like, I don't have time for a bath. Well, yeah, I'm going to take a quick shower. And I was like, I got all the time in the world. I got a little desk in there now, and I'll put my little, like, whatever. It's nice. Have little goldfish crackers like a little kid in there now. But what do you do to treat yourself?
It's so simple, and you hear this all the time, and it for years, it just kind of blew right past me, and I was like, whatever. But what I find really helps me is getting out into the sunlight as soon as possible. So when you're first waking up in the morning, get outside as soon as you can. It doesn't matter if you're in your pajamas or whatever the fuck, just go out on your porch. Yeah. Who cares? But get outside and take in some of that sun. And we were very lucky we found fortune in a misfortune. We were at the beginning of the pandemic, our old landlord, we were living in a house in the suburbs on the outside of LA. And in the beginning of the pandemic, he was like, hey, I'm selling the house. And we were like, what about us? And he's like, well, maybe the new owner will let you live here. And we're like, okay. So we went house hunting when people were still spraying down their mail. Yep. And that's still that in between of like, is it okay to even go outside? Like, and everybody was house hunting at that time. Everybody was getting evicted or doing this. We were standing in lines for a half hour, 45 minutes just to look at other places to live. It was wild. But we got really lucky. We found a little place by the beach, and we've never lived by the ocean before. And I've been in LA for 10 years, and I can count on my one hand how many times I've been to the ocean.
Right. That happens. Yeah.
Yeah. But we got very lucky. We found a place. It's literally a block from the ocean. And we were able to quarantine here and be on lockdown here for most of the past year and a half. And what I found was just getting out into the sun helped me so much. And it's something I've never done in my life because, like you said, it's on to the next project. It's on to the next city. It's go, go, go. Because we are, it is content. What am I doing next? Where am I going next? Yeah. So I've never had time to just be. And that was a weird thing to adjust to as well, is just knowing what to do with myself with all of this time. Again, going from touring 40 weeks a year to 0 weeks a year.
Emotionally, it all hits you because I think touring that much, there's just not enough. There's not times to process things. You're always in motion. So when all this stopped, like I saw my therapist on Zoom, once the pandemic started. I'd seen her before, but now it was a little bit different. It's like more things were coming up that just had been there, but we hadn't talked about because I hadn't had time to sit there and think about it.
Yeah. And that's, it's the gift and the curse is how I look at obviously there's a lot of suffering and a lot of people were affected and, my family included and this and that, but it also gave us an invaluable amount of time.
Right.
Time to do all the things that we said we were going to be, time to be that person you thought you were or were going to be, time to catch up with friends, time to be with family, time to learn a new language or start a journal, or again, all those things that you've been saying you were going to do for years. And hey, I'm super guilty of it. I did not use all my time wisely. Right? I'm not speaking French or anything.
I learned how to take a bath, and it was a big deal for me. I was like, that's enough. That is enough. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's time for 5 quick questions.
I got to put your self-care knowledge to the test with 5 quick questions.
No. Okay. All right.
For a lot of people, self-care is treating themselves. The average price for a spa treatment starts around $150. A 6-person jacuzzi from Walmart costs $1,600. Now, I need you to tell me, are these luxury spa treatments that I'm about to name, is the price higher or lower than a Walmart jacuzzi? And again, I will list the price of the 6-person jacuzzi from Walmart was $1,600. So, Is this spa treatment higher or lower than a Walmart jacuzzi? Number 1, an Evian Bath. And I'll give you a little description. This is a treatment offered at the Hotel Victor in South Beach. It is 1,000 bottles of the French mineral water Evian. Is the price of this spa treatment higher or lower than a Walmart jacuzzi?
I'm gonna go higher. I mean, this isn't Dasani we're talking about. This is Evian, baby.
That is correct. This is a $5,000 spa treatment. Available to guests that are staying in the $10,000 per night penthouse suite, and it includes champagne, dessert, and maybe an additional treatment. You don't know. Yeah.
What if you just went to the gas station and just got a couple gallons of water, that they have on the bottom shelf for $1.29? What if you just got a couple? Does that still count?
I mean, as a guest, it's like, do they leave in the bottles so you'll know, like, here's 1,000 empty bottles of Evian that we put in, like, good, because I don't want you using, Aquafina.
Yeah, it sounds so wasteful too to have all those bottles.
Oh, just wait. Just wait. These are ridiculous. Okay. Number two. A balancing diamond massage. Is this higher or lower than the price of a Walmart jacuzzi? This is featured at the Trump Hotel. The diamonds and emeralds. The massage is said to balance your chakras with these gems and heal you with rare oils. Is this higher or lower than the price of a Walmart jacuzzi?
Now, diamond and emerald, those are strippers, right? This is Trump we're talking about. So I'm gonna say. No, you know what? I went to a psychic a few years ago for the first time, and she tried to upcharge me at the end, but she's like, "Oh, your chakras are off," and I was like, "All right," and I was like, "How much is that?" It's like going to a car place when you go to get your oil change. Like, well, you need a filter, and you're like, "How much is all that?" Yeah. So I was like, "Well, how much is to line my chakras?" And she was like, "Well, it's six healing sessions, and it was going to be like $400 a piece for these." And I was like, I'm out. So I'm going to guess that a diamond and emerald chakra
it's called the balancing diamond massage. Yes.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to be way higher.
Okay, you're incorrect, and this is such a guess. It's the Trump Hotel. It's only $300. Only $300. $300. And I think they just put a diamond and an emerald on you and massage. And so, okay. So you are 1-1. 1-1. Number 3, the Caviar Facial. Cover your face in fish eggs. This is offered at the Beverly Hills Hotel. We can get it right here in town.
Okay.
Okay. And is that higher or lower than the price of a Walmart jacuzzi? Which
you gave it away. The Beverly Hills Hotel. I mean, you can't even get scrambled eggs for less than like $100 there. So I'm gonna say higher.
This comes in at $1,000, which is actually $600 less than the Walmart jacuzzi. So again, Caviar Facial is a steal. Because you could, it's a steal,
What a deal.
I know. So much less than a Walmart jacuzzi. Number 4. Okay, this is the 20 hands duo massage for couples. And so I think a total of 10 people are massaging the two of you in this, let's see, where was it? Grand Wailea in Hawaii. Okay, so is this higher or lower than the price of a Walmart jacuzzi?
Are they union? Are they union workers?
It does not say. If the 10 people massaging you and your partner are union or not.
Oh man, I'm gonna just because the last two have been not higher. I'm gonna use my guessing to say that this is higher.
That is correct. This is a $4,000 massage. A $4,000 massage. Because I guess
these people are union. They're
well, they got to
definitely-
split that money. So each of them is only. I mean, I don't know what they're walking around. The 10 people are splitting $4,000.
I mean, you can go to Home Depot, get $50. You get 10 guys to come build a porch. I don't understand.
You could start offering the 20-handed massage out of your garage using Home Depot day laborers. Make a fortune. Do you know what? Just that'll get you that Walmart jacuzzi.
There it is.
You were a dead tie, 2-2. This is for all the marbles. This is called the High-Tech Facial. And it's at the Peninsula, Beverly Hills. This is it's like a space facial. 6-in-1 2-hour facial features diamond tip microdermabrasion to resurface the skin for that dewy, youthful glow. Is this higher or lower than a Walmart jacuzzi? And the jacuzzi again is $1,600.
I'm gonna say you use the magic words there. Youthful glow. Anytime the word youthful is involved, that ticket is sky high. So I'm gonna say higher.
It is sky high, but it's $100 less than a Walmart jacuzzi at $1,500. $1,500 for 120 minutes. The high-tech facial is $100 less than the Walmart jacuzzi. I don't know if this test is an accurate indicator that, like, if you fail this test, are you now not good at self-care?
This is bougie self-care. This is this is some Groupon self-care. You know what I mean? This isn't real work.
I mean, I really was looking up, I was trying to figure out what to make your trivia about. So I was looking up different types of therapy, and those were interesting too. There's snake therapy and there's scream therapy. So I was going to give you those, but I went with this test instead.
That's great. I loved it.
Oh my God. Well, I love having you on. So you've chit-chatted with me. You've played my 5 quick questions, but it's my favorite part of every episode. That's where I ask you to play a rad lib with me.
All right.
And now it's time for Rad Libs. Michael Malone, here's what happened. I've written a story and I've left out some parts of speech. If you give me those parts of speech together, we're going to make a hilarious story. Are you ready to play Rad Libs?
Born ready.
Oh my God, this is so exciting. Okay, I need something you exclaim.
Eureka.
Eureka. Excellent. Do you say that a lot?
No. I think it's the first time out loud I've said that word.
Eureka. Okay, I'm going to start saying it. A verb ending in ing.
Kissing.
Yes. So I don't know why I got so excited. Yes. Oh my God, this is so good. This story. Okay. A plural noun.
Books.
Yes. We're off to a great start. You have a great story coming. Okay. In 8 minutes. A celebrity.
I'm gonna go old school here. I'm gonna go Sylvester Stallone.
Sylvester Stallone. Excellent.
No, I don't know why.
You a big fan? Big fan of Stallone?
I literally have never thought about that fucking guy in my whole life. And
he's the first one that pops into your head. When you think celebrity, you think Stallone.
I think Stallone.
Nobody's a bigger celebrity than that guy. He actually did quite a bit. Didn't he write the movie Rocky?
Yeah.
He did. Yeah.
Yeah, and he got turned down by a lot of studios, and then they told him they got to cast somebody else in the league because they can't understand the words that were coming out of his mouth. And he was like, I'm gonna do it. And they were like, whatever, dude. And he did it.
Oh my God, and it's great. And I couldn't picture anybody else doing it because he was supposed to do it. Yeah, crazy. What a great story. An adjective.
Perturbed.
Ooh, yes. I don't know how you spell that. And no one's grading me, but that is not how you spell. It's like I just spelled Peter Bed. I did spell Peter Bed. Occupation.
Doctor.
Okay. Yes. Yes, you're getting all these answers right. Another plural noun.
Shoes.
Yes. Got that. Another adjective.
It's ecstatic.
Yes. And a noun.
Candle.
Okay. Are
I'm
you
literally
just looking around the room now? Yeah. usually tell sometimes people have a few like in their head, and then after a while they're just like, keys. Like, you just saw your keys. I've yet to like have someone be like, meth lab. Like,
Like, wait a minute.
a number.
24.
Yes. That's correct. A body part.
Good. Leg.
A verb ending in ed, like a past tense verb.
Let's see here. Cooked.
A question. Any question.
May I have another?
A guilty pleasure.
Oh man, I'm gonna say surfing.
Surfing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
Why do you feel guilty about surfing? That's a great
don't.
pleasure.
I just thought it'd be an odd one to throw out there.
Okay. Okay. A euphemism.
Down the clown.
Down to yes. That's a really good euphemism. A liquid.
Gatorade.
Okay, yeah. I need a sound.
Chop.
I need a movie quote.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Excellent. My wife and I say that to each other all the time. Increment of time.
Seconds.
Ooh, how many?
60 seconds.
Ooh, excellent. Almost a minute.
Almost a minute.
Let's see. Something you say to a dog.
You know what I say? I say to Noah all the time, our little dog. I say, leave it.
Okay, we have a story. We have a fantastic story. Oh my God. And the story, just for you, is called The Secret to Self-Love. Oh.
I can't wait.
Oh my God. The Secrets of Self-Love. I just read a book that made me say, Eureka! It's called The Power of Kissing with Books.
Yes.
You might have heard of it. It was featured on Sylvester Stallone's book club. Before this book, I was a perturbed doctor with a fear of shoes. Today, I feel like an ecstatic candle, and all I had to do was answer 24 easy questions. Questions like, what are your legs trying to tell you? How long has it been since you really cooked? And, may I have another? The book guided me to face my surfing addiction using a visualization technique called Down to Clown.
Yes.
This book has some amazing relaxation methods. It suggested filling my tub with Gatorade and listening to the soothing sounds of chopping. I was given the mantra, keep the change, you filthy animal, which I chant every day for 60 seconds. Thanks to the power of kissing with books, I can finally look myself in the eye and say, leave it.
That's perfect. That's great. I loved it.
What are your legs trying to tell you?
That's such a good question. The older I get, that's the question I ask the most. What are my legs trying to tell me right now?
Leave it.
Leave it.
Well, tell the viewers and the listeners where they can find you and what you have coming up.
Great. Everything is at Malone Comedy. You can find tour dates there, all the good stuff. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Malone Comedy. Made it super easy. Everything is at Malone Comedy. And I just put out a book last June called Dead Serious, and it has like 10 big personal stories in it. Some of them pretty dark and personal. There's also my pages from my real journal in there. It talks about depression, self-care, grief, all the fun stuff.
Oh, that's awesome.
But also some pretty decent dick jokes. So if you're in the mood for a really funny
Something for
sad
everybody.
book, check out Dead Serious.
And don't you have a
Amazon
podcast
and
as well?
I do, and I'm working on a big podcast series right now called Punched Up. So if you like other podcasts like This American Life or Radio Lab or Serial, those kind of things, it's like that, only with comedians, and that'll be out this fall. It's called Punched Up.
Oh, wow, that's exciting. All right, well, guys, become a fan if you're not already of Michael Malone, and check out all of his stuff. Thank you so much for coming on today.
Thanks for having me. This was great. And, you have to let me what your legs are trying to tell you.
Oh my God, mine say all kinds of stuff. Usually it's just stop it, we're tired. Leave it.
Interview complete. Taking Michael for a long nature walk into the woods, then leaving him. Hee 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 ha ha ha.
No, computer lady, that is not how we say goodbye to guests. I'm so sorry, but thank you, Michael Malone, for coming on the show. How fun was that? And guys, thank you for listening. Please take a second to like, subscribe, or follow this show before you leave. And find me online through my website, kristinkey.com. Follow me on all my social media. Watch all my videos. Subscribe to my YouTube. And join my Patreon. It gives you access to my monthly game night and also some bonus content. And it's also just a really good time. I'm also on Cameo, so if you want to give a unique gift, find me on Cameo. And guys, each week I'll be bringing you a hilarious comedian. We're going to chit-chat. We'll play 5 quick questions, do a rad lib, and everybody goes home happy. So until next time, bye.
We're gonna talk to some people, gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna learn a lot of stuff. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna learn a lot of stuff. 'Cause Kristen knows blank.